Once we've recorded in Pro Tools, then we need to actually understand how to organize the audio files and the clips that we have just created from our recording. Each time we create a recording in Pro Tools and create a clip, that clip will also be shown in the clips list over here on the right-hand side. Remember, if you're not seeing the clips list, perhaps it's hidden, so you need to press this button down here to make sure that you can see your clips list. So you can see here that each time I click on this clip and highlight it, it also correspondingly highlights the clip in the clips list. Now, when you're looking at a clip in the clips list, there's a variety of information that you can glean from this data right here. One of the first things that you need to understand about these clips in the clip list is basically how they're laid out, their naming structure. So to do that, I'm going to show you real briefly on my notepad. Each clip has a way that it's laid out. The first thing that the clip will contain will be the track name. And then it'll be followed by an underscore. And then it will be the track take, and then a hyphen. And then it'll be referenced by some type of number. You know, 01, 02, 03, something like that. What this is showing us is the name of the track, and then which take it is. This is called a subset clip, or a subclip for short. So looking at this clip over here, we can see that this clip came from the vocal test track, which it did, and then underscore, and that's the second take, which it is because I did one earlier and then I threw it away before I started my recording. So now if I did a third recording, right now I could go ahead and start the recording and record the data. Right now I'm not recording anything, but it's fine. We'll use a blank recording. Now as soon as I stop that recording, you'll see it's got another number behind it. I actually deleted the first and the third take, so it's starting at the fourth take. You can see that each of these is a take. Now if I go ahead and record another take, that one would be take 5. If I do another recording, take 6. Take 7, etc. You get the idea. So each time we make a recording, Pro Tools adds a new tag onto that to let us know which take it was. Something else that's important to understand about this naming structure that Pro Tools uses is there are two types of clips. There's something called a whole clip. And a whole clip, what that is a whole parent file. So it is a full file. And then there's something else called a subset, or subclip, I've heard it called. And what that is that is a piece of a parent file. Okay, so it's just a segment. So a whole file clip is the parent file, or it's the full clip. A subset or subclip is a piece of the original parent file. If we go back in here to Pro Tools, you know, you saw me do this, that this whole file is one whole file. It's not just part of a file. So the way that we in Pro Tools know that it's a whole file is that it is a bold file. So if the text is bolded, then we know it's a whole file or parent clip. As soon as we take and we make an edit on this, say we decide to get rid of this part, so we hit that and we go delete, then we are not referencing the whole file clip. That whole file clip is still under here, but we're only referencing part of it. So now this becomes what we call a subclip or a subset clip. And a subset clip is identified by the fact that it does not use bold print. It uses normal or standard print. So if you go over here, you can see that we also have a file here called vocal test _2, which is our second take. And now we have a hyphen and 01, which is the first subset clip based on that vocal track and take number 2. Now, is that whole file clip still under here? Absolutely. It still is there. I mean, we could get to it by doing that. We've brought it all the way back now, and you'll see that that subset clip is gone. But if we click on this and delete it, it's going to show us a variety of subset clips. Now, in this case, what I did was click on it and I separated it. So now I've separated the whole file clip into 2 subset clips. You can tell that just by looking here. Take 2, that's subset number 2 and subset number 3 clip. So that's basically whole file clips and subset clips. If a file has a hyphen at the end and this additional data, you know it's a subset clip. So anytime we do any editing to a whole file like that, we are not making any permanent changes to the whole file clip. We're only making new subclips. And that's an important thing to realize in Pro Tools, is that when you're doing editing and you're messing around with things, each time you change or alter a clip, that whole file clip is still underneath in the audio files folder. And what we've done is that we've made these clips now, and these clips just reference that audio file in the audio files folder. We're not actually destructively changing that main parent file or whole file clip. That remains unaltered because we're doing non-destructive editing. Okay, now I've added into Pro Tools a basic loop. All right, and you can see that loop up here. One of the things that you'll notice is that this loop has a disclosure triangle next to it. And that's because it's a stereo loop. It consists of 2 mono tracks, a left and a right track. So if I click on that, you'll also see that it shows me those 2 mono loops that are contained in that stereo track. So that's how Pro Tools will show you a stereo track. If it's a whole clip or whole file clip, it'll be bold and it'll say stereo behind it. And it'll contain 2 whole file mono clips that constitute this stereo file. Now, if we edit this, say we want to make some edits on each of these little transients right here, each time I slice up this audio, it's giving me a new subset clip. So hopefully this will help you understand the difference between subset or subclips and a whole file clip. It's also easy in Pro Tools to rename a clip. The process for renaming a clip consists of just double-clicking on it with the grabber tool, and it opens up the rename dialog box here. So we could go ahead and change the name of this if we chose to. Okay, another way to do that is to right-click and select rename. That'll give you an opportunity to rename the clip. I'm going to go ahead and drag into Pro Tools this full whole file clip for this drum loop here. Now what I want to do is rename this. So if I double click on this, or if I also right click on it and go down to rename, you'll see it gives me a dialog box, but it gives me 2 options. I can name this clip only, or I can also name this clip and also the disk file. So that right there tells you that when Pro Tools is working with clips, it's working with a copy. This is basically a pointer that's pointing to the whole file clip. which is in the audio files folder. So if I want to change the name of this clip, I could do that. But if I want to change the name of this clip and also the name of the master or parent file or whole file clip on the hard drive, I can do that as well. So that is what that second option is for.